John Fitzgerald Kennedy, often called JFK, is remembered as one of the most inspiring and symbolic leaders in American history. His life was not very long, but it was full of ambition, courage, challenges, and hope for a better future. Kennedy became the 35th President of the United States, and even today, many people around the world remember his words, his vision, and the changes he tried to bring to his country. John F. Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts, into a large and wealthy family. His father, Joseph Kennedy, was a successful businessman and politician, and his mother, Rose Kennedy, strongly believed in education, discipline, and public service. The Kennedy family believed that their children were meant to serve society and achieve great things. From a young age, John was surrounded by high expectations, but his childhood was not easy. As a child, Kennedy was often sick. He suffered from many serious illnesses, and doctors were not sure he would live a long life. Despite these health problems, John developed a strong character. He learned to be patient, resilient, and thoughtful. While he was not always the strongest physically, he became strong mentally. He loved reading history and learning about world events, which later influenced his political ideas. Kennedy studied at Harvard University, where he showed great interest in international relations. During his time there, he wrote a thesis about British foreign policy before World War II. This work later became a book called Why England Slept, which brought him early recognition as a serious thinker. His education helped him understand the complexity of global politics, which would become very important in his future career when World War II began. Kennedy joined the U.S. Navy during the war. He served as a patrol boat commander in the Pacific Ocean. One of the most important moments of his life happened in 1943, when his boat was destroyed during a mission. Despite being injured, Kennedy helped save his crew by swimming long distances and guiding them to safety. This act of bravery made him a war hero and strengthened his reputation as a courageous leader. After the war, Kennedy entered politics. He believed that public service was his duty. In 1946, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Later, he became a U.S. Senator. As a young politician, Kennedy stood out because of his energy, intelligence, and ability to connect with people. He spoke about the importance of freedom, responsibility, and progress. He believed that America should lead, not only with power, but also with values. In 1960, Kennedy decided to run for president. At that time, he was considered very young and inexperienced by some critics. He was also the first Roman Catholic to seriously compete for the presidency, which created controversy. However, Kennedy used television debates to his advantage. His calm confidence and clear speech impressed millions of Americans. In a very close election, he defeated Richard Nixon and became the youngest elected president in U.S. history. In his inaugural address, Kennedy gave one of the most famous speeches in American history. He called on citizens to serve their country and said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." These words inspired a generation of young people to become active in public service, politics, and social change. As president, Kennedy faced many serious challenges. One of the most dangerous moments of his presidency was the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. The United States discovered that the Soviet Union was placing nuclear missiles in Cuba, very close to American territory. The situation was extremely tense, and the world feared a nuclear war. Kennedy chose a careful and diplomatic approach. After intense negotiations, the crisis ended peacefully. This moment showed his ability to stay calm under pressure and make responsible decisions. Kennedy also focused strongly on civil rights. During his presidency, African Americans were fighting for equality and an end to racial discrimination. Although progress was slow, Kennedy spoke publicly about the moral importance of civil rights and proposed new laws to protect equal opportunities. His leadership helped move the country toward greater justice, even though much work still remained. Another important part of Kennedy's vision was science and exploration. He believed in the power of innovation and education. In 1961, he announced an ambitious goal to send an American to the moon before the end of the decade. This idea seemed impossible at the time, but it motivated scientists, engineers, and students across the nation. Kennedy believed that exploration could unite people and show the best of human potential. Kennedy was also known for his charisma and personal style. Together with his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, He brought a sense of youth and culture to the White House. Jacqueline was interested in art, history, and education, and she helped restore the White House as a symbol of American heritage. The Kennedy family represented hope, elegance, and a new generation of leadership. Suddenly, Kennedy's presidency ended suddenly. In November 1963, he was assassinated while visiting Dallas, Texas. The nation was shocked and deeply saddened. His death left many people wondering what more he could have achieved if he had lived longer. Although his time as president was short, his impact was long-lasting. John F. Kennedy's legacy is still alive today. He is remembered as a leader who believed in change, courage, and service. His speeches continue to inspire people around the world. He taught that leadership is not only about power, but about responsibility and vision. Kennedy once said that every person can make a difference, and his life remains a powerful example of that belief. In the end, John F. Kennedy was more than just a president. He was a symbol of hope during a difficult time in history. His story reminds us that even in a short life, a person can leave a lasting mark on the world through ideas, actions, and the courage to dream big.